Hey guys, this is Arnoldbless98, and here is Hot Rod from Transformers Titans Returns. Moment the last night. First of all, I need to clarify a few things before we get into him. First of all, he took quite some time to make, and I definitely tried my best. I was busy with some other stuff during the week, but overall, I would say he's sadly my least favorite from the last night I've made so far. And yeah, I'm not sure I'll be making any instructions for him like right now, as of now. I kind of want to make a version 2 once we find out more about him in the movie or the toy or something. Yeah, right now Hot Rod's character is still a little bit mysterious. Of course, if you're watching it now, the movie has not been released. We've seen him in a few clips and some parts from the trailers, and yeah. But the strange thing is that no toys have been like really released or announced that much. He's getting a little like a transforming toy. He is getting a little tiny turbo changers, and there's a leaked picture of a packaging art of a 2-pack with him and Bumblebee, but I don't know if it's Legion or Deluxe, or if we're gonna even get a Deluxe. So I didn't have too much to base him off of, which is kind of tricky. And you guys are probably thinking, why don't you base him off Lockdown? And you're probably thinking right now that he is Lockdown, just retooled a bit. Well, that is kind of true. He is made from parts from Lockdown, since I did tease a picture about taking him apart from it on Instagram. Just, I don't know. They don't share too many parts actually. He's kind of like a reverse reshell. Like you keep the same like vehicle mode, but the whole robot mode's different. And the problem with Lockdown is that he does go through some mass shifting. My Lockdown, at least, he goes from like a deluxe car to a Voyager robot. And I don't think Hot Rod is gonna be that big in the movie, so I wanted him to be right like scaled to like this other deluxes. So, and it was really hard to kind of get rid of the mass shifting, so I had to start from scratch. And everything like relatively ends up in the same place as Lockdown, but it's like much different, which is a huge challenge for me. Yeah. And another thing is, you could probably argue that he's supposed to be black, but I definitely think dark gray is a much better choice. Yeah, from the pictures at least, he definitely seems between dark gray and black, but I think I'm leaning towards dark gray, especially since some of his vehicle car mode pictures look more dark gray. So, and plus, I really like the combo of dark gray and orange. That's something I don't really see a lot. Though I did have a little tennis racket that was that color too. And I can't wait to see how his toy turns out, so I could try and make a version 2 he does get a deluxe toy. That's hopefully not a repaint of Lockdown, because that would be really lazy. Alright, enough talk. Yeah, let's get down to vehicle mode. Obviously, he looks really similar to Lockdown, actually. And yeah, they're both Lamborghinis, but they're not exactly the same car. Hot Rod here is a Lamborghini Centenario, and Lockdown was a Aventador. Yeah, really bad with car names, but they're a bit different. Mostly the front and the back are different on the actual cars. Obviously, most of this stuff is carried over from Lockdown. Like I just told you, like the shell is kind of the same. The front has these little grills and that kind of like angles in. And the back, oh, I love how the back turned out. Here's a little spoiler too, and here's these little big vents in the back, which were really tricky for me to do. I'm really glad with this solution. And yeah, and obviously he unlike Lockdown, he does have some orange highlights and stripes around. He doesn't have too much. Obviously the back he has this, and some of it's intentional, some of it's not. You can see some parts here. Yeah, these little orange things, and this orange part's intentional because he has a little bit of orange here. Overall, color mode's solid, but it doesn't look very pretty, especially you look closer at the sides. There's a huge gap here, here, here. It's kind of messy, especially the top isn't as flat and clean as Lockdowns, and some gaps. It's alright, I'm really happy with the result though. And for a size comparison, here is Barricade with Lockdown, not Lockdown, Hot Rod. Yeah, they're about the same size, roughly deluxe scale car, so nothing to worry here. Alright, now let's get down to the transformation. It shares the basic concept as Lockdown, and stuff ends up in the same place, but it's quite different actually, and none of the robot mode parts are really shared. And it's fairly smooth though. So, okay, first you gotta do is, the thing that keeps the legs in place, is this little tab. You gotta untab him. Here's the bottom though. You definitely see more orange. It's really cool. It's like kind of like a light thing effect. Like, I don't know. You untab that, and then the wings fold up, which I don't think they do this on the real car. But it'll be cool. It's more fitting for a Soundwave. It's a Mercedes. The wings fold up, and there you go. And then his leg just dropped down. Okay. You fold his legs down like this, and then this whole back section will become the arms. You rotate these out. And then for the head, let's get it from the top actually. You shift these sections outwards, you pull the head up, and then it's on a little arm here. You're gonna wiggle it up a tiny bit for its head to be raised slightly. And then you close these back, but not completely because he does have a little gap in his chest. And then this section, you pull this whole arm section out. And it's on a hinge. It would collapse again onto this part here. And you fold this down, and there's another set of hinges here, and it's kind of like, okay. This part falls off a lot. Yeah, it does. And you fold it again, and here's the head pretty much. And his arms, you fold this back and you fold this in. They create this little like gauntlets or whatever, his arm wheel kibble stuff. Fold this and fold this up. You fold this more up so the strut that holds the arm in place isn't as like messy. And this is pretty fun, I would say. You fold this section back, lift this arm up. This part will collapse onto here. And you just collapse all of this down. And you bring up the leg section, and this arm here will clip onto this part here. And you just do this. And this part will just kind of come together. And his legs are pretty smooth. First of all, yeah, the spoiler folds back if it hadn't done so itself. The wheels here kind of fold up to the correct position according to the CGI model, and you fold the foot down. And same for the other side. Pushing the legs, and next there's his backpack, which these are become his little wings he has. Well, they're pretty big actually. Okay, you fold this out and you collapse this in on this hinge. First you straighten out these little plates that formed the little tabs that held the legs together. And then you, let's see, fold this around like that, and then you fold it up. This section will fold back on this hinge. It took me a while to actually figure out the correct order. So I did get it a few times. And then you rotate this section around again, fold this, and shift this section, oops. Like that. And fold it up, and his wings can fold up or down. I'm going to leave them down for now, like the CGI, this concept art at least. And then you just position everything, his head, and he gets his legs pretty much straight. He does stand much better than Bumblebee, which is nice. Fold his chest down, and here's Lockdown in his robot mode. Yeah, actually his design actually kind of grew on me. At first when I saw it was kind of like meh. And it kind of, yeah, it has grown on me, like the color combos. I know a lot of people hate it because it's not close to the G1, and I'm fine with his voice too. But then again, a lot of the Transformers in the movies are not similar to the G1. Galvatron isn't purple, Starscream isn't red, white, and blue, Ratchet isn't white and red, well, except the repaints. Yeah, of course, he looks kind of similar to Lockdown, but completely different at the same time. I would kind of consider him like a corgi version of Lockdown. That's a weird thing to say, but since all his limbs are much shorter, it didn't come to like be unmass shifted. Yeah, I'd love to see how the deluxe turns out, but his proportions aren't very good, of course, because his arms are a bit too bulky, and his chest does seem a bit big. That's the best I could do, and since he is like a corgi Lockdown, that kind of carries over from Lockdown's design, at least his shoulder width. Overall, he does have a few problems besides his shoulders. First thing, he does have a little butt flap here. It does prevent his legs from going back, which is a problem, but it does give you a decent place to hold him. For articulation, his legs are one of the cleanest Transformers legs I've ever made. Very nice, just standard. And he has a foot pivot, which is inspired by Lockdowns, like the foot section. And his arms, they're a bit tricky to do because I think the ball joints I'm using are pretty tight, and they sometimes break some stuff inside his body. Overall, I don't think he's really instruction worthy yet. So, and the best part is he does have an elbow bend, which most of the Transformers don't. And you can see his arms right here, accurate to the model. He has these little gauntlet things. I don't know what I think they're just kibble. I don't think they have a special purpose. Yep, and very nice. His wheels are good. His head, very nice. I try my best. He looks like he has like a hat or something in the pictures, and that's just a very simplified version of that. Yes, yeah. And coming along to the back, his shoulder is one thing. The rear of the car motor is supposed to rotate backwards. I tried to make a mechanism to do that, but in order to get all these details in, it takes up quite a bit of space, so I just left it like this, which should be fine. On his back, you can see his wings. They droop down in the concept art and some other things, but they could also flip up, which is just as pretty easy to do. I don't know. I don't know if I like him with or without the wings. He looks great with both. And there you go. His wings stick up very nicely. Yeah. They could be posed around, and hopefully he won't lose his wings, unlike Bumblebee. Yeah, I like that look also. Looks very nice. And for the accessories, or weapons, I don't know why I call them accessories. The only ones we know of, he does sport 2 pistols in his trailer, with the character reveal trailer thing, teaser, where he does like a flip and pulls these out. These 2 little pistols, they're much different. I couldn't see them too well. I only see them front on, so I don't know how the backs look like, but they're pretty simple. This one has like a rocket launcher looking thing, or a missile pod stuff. And he just clips them in his hand, simple as that. And then this hand here. Yeah, his hands have a few issues because they're very tight, the ball joints I'm using. And there you go, here's his twin pistols, which is really cool. And for a size comparison, let's bring in some other his Autobot friends. Here's Crosshairs, and his friend, or I don't know, they call him brother in arms with Bumblebee, which is interesting. Let's see if Bumblebee here. Yeah, Bumblebee's been in car mode for quite some time, so I just transformed him pretty quickly. Bumblebee, come on, stand up. One advantage Hot Rod does have is he can stand pretty easily, despite all his kibble. He doesn't have much kibble. And there he is with Bumblebee. He might be a little too tall. I try my best to kind of condense his body, and that's why he has this ugly butt flap. And I try my best, but yeah, they're pretty well scaled. He's just slightly taller than Crosshairs, and about the same size as Bee. And these 2 look great together. I wonder how they interact in the film, and yeah. Yeah, so this should pretty much be it for this video. I just wanted to put Hot Rod in a cool pose. I know I'll have a few pictures on Instagram or Flickr later. Anyways, yeah, Hot Rod, I really like how he turned out, but he's probably my least favorite of the last night so far. He does have a few major flaws, and honestly, I can't really say he's too instruction worthy, but I definitely will try to make a version 2 when the movie comes out, or his deluxe toy comes out, if he does have one. That's a new mold. And yeah, since this guy was pretty tricky to make because I didn't have too much to base him off of, and yeah, I'm still very proud, so yeah. Anyways, my next Transformer is probably going to be Megatron, even though I probably might need to bricklink some more dark gray since this guy takes a few of it. And I might as well work on Hound at the same time, or also, and here's Galvatron for now. And I will have to take Galvatron apart. And yeah, that should be it for this video. Once again, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.